Hello, my name is Nate. Welcome to my Fluid Art channel. Before I tell you about this painting behind me that I'll be demonstrating later in this video, first I wanted to share some exciting news with you. First, I've been invited to participate in a couple of collaborations. I'm very excited about that. After 2 or 3 years of watching all of these other YouTube artists collaborate with each other, I finally get to do it too, so that's very exciting for me. So Garrick Brown is organizing something for mid-February. And has invited me to participate. And Cindy Porter has also is organizing something for the beginning of March. I have some great ideas, or some really fun ideas, on what I'm going to do for both of them, so I hope you stick around and watch those. But even more excitedly, I would like to announce that I have reached 1,000 subscribers. Like my grandmother used to say, I'm a little gobsmacked. I only started my channel 2 months ago and I already have over 1,000 subscribers. So I just want to say thank you very much. I always say that art is a solitary pursuit that's meant to be shared with the world. So thank you very much for being my audience. I love all of the comments and responding to everybody. The fluid art community is so amazing and I'm so happy to be a part of it. So as a celebration, as a thank you, I would like to do a giveaway. So I have this blank 20 by 20 canvas and I'm going to do a custom painting for somebody. So all you have to do to win is to be a subscriber and leave a comment and tell me what technique you would like me to do for you. I will ship this painting anywhere in the world. If you live in China or Antarctica, I will do my best. But you pick the technique and the colors. I might have some suggestions, but I'm very happy to do a custom painting for whoever wins. So all of the exciting stuff is done. So now let's also talk about this painting that I'm going to demonstrate today. This is kind of based off of the magic wand pour, but instead of a long round tube, I painted on something more spherical in nature and did a straight pour. I came up with some really cool designs. I have some ideas on things I'm going to do next time to leave a little more negative space, but I think it's really cool and I hope you enjoy it. So stick around to the very end for close-ups of the wet and the dry results. And as usual, in the description box below this video are very detailed descriptions of the technique and a list of all of the colors that I've used. So thanks again for subscribing, for watching, liking, commenting, all of those things, and enjoy. Okay, hello everybody. So tonight I'm doing something fun. I have found this, well, it was a Christmas ornament, clear, and it splits in half so that you can fill it with, I don't know, different things. But I've taken the, I'm going to use half of it. I've taken the tab off, so it's a clean edge, and I'm going to pour over top of this, just like I do with my magic wand pour, but I'm going to do it with the magic, what should we call this? The magic something. Anyway, I'll come up with the name of it later. The name doesn't matter. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. The colors I'm using tonight for my base and flow extender, this is Amsterdam's greenish blue, and this is Amsterdam's turquoise blue. So I have 2 blues, then I have 2 violets. I have, this one is Atelier, we'll have to look at this again, Atelier Quinacridone Red Violet, and this one is Amsterdam's Ultramarine Violet Light. And then I have Jo Sonja's Deep Gold and Amsterdam Titanium White. The consistency is kind of halfway between a ring pour and a Dutch pour. So it leaves a little bit of a mound, but not, it doesn't mound on a mound. It just leaves a little bit of a mound and disappears. So I call it a disappearing mound. So not too thick, not too thin, kind of right in the middle. Yeah, so I apologize about the sound quality. My studio has a tin roof and it is sprinkling right now. So if you're hearing some knocking and pinging, that's why. And also I can hear the cicadas in the background. It is Costa Rica, there's always some kind of noise happening. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is layer a cup, and we're going to start with a little bit of white in the bottom. Just a little bit. Move that off to the side, I'm going to use that several times. And then I'm going to go to the turquoise. Small layers to start. And then I want to use the quinacridone violet. And a little bit of gold on top of that. And then the other violet. And a little bit of our base color also. There we go. And a little more white. And let's mix up the order a little bit. Let's go with this violet again. Maybe thicker lines this time. And put the violet, the light violet on top of that. Some gold. Lock that in with a little bit of white. And then the turquoise. And the greenish blue. And a little white again. Just going to use the rest of it. Let's go with this violet. Use the rest of that. This violet. A little bit more gold. And we'll end it with our base color. Nice healthy layer of this. Right to the top. There we go. That is a full cup. So we're going to prime our pouring utensil here. A little bit of the base color. Or a lot of the base color. I'm hoping to create quite a bit of negative space on this pour. This is a 24 by 32 inch canvas, which means at this consistency, I need about 24 ounces of paint. This cup that I've layered is only 12 ounces. I filled it right to the top, so it's probably closer to 14. So that cup itself isn't enough to cover the entire canvas, which is a good thing because I want a lot of this to be left. So I've got it on the spinner here, which will help me during my pour. We can give it a bit of a spin here to spread that paint out a little bit. And then we'll just go ahead and get started. So I'm going to start on the top first, and as soon as my other colors start showing up, then I'll move to the front edge. And here we go. We're just doing a straight pour here, trying to create some interesting textures and movement. Get a little closer as we get get down to the end. We'll let that settle for a moment. Looking amazing. Wow, very cool. I love it. Okay, let's get this off of the spinner first. So we can start tilting here in a moment. So you can probably see that I've painted my sides and edges. Amsterdam's greenish blue is a transparent color. So on top of the canvas is not a problem, but as it rolls over the side, the gravity makes these thin paints super thin. So the canvas shows through the paint if you don't paint the edges. So that's our little hack for making sure that happens, or that doesn't happen. Okay, so I'm going to use this little skewer here, little metal skewer, to remove this, and hopefully do that without disrupting the pattern too much. Dip right in there. There we go. That should slowly fill in the center there. If it doesn't, then I will help it along. This is looking amazing. Loving that. almost filled in the center. I've been watching that. Let's go ahead and pop some bubbles, some air bubbles. There is a spacer bar right there. Normally I would take my finger or a pencil or something and press down and it would just fill right in, but that spacer bar right there isn't going to let that happen. So we're going to just tilt this back and forth a little bit and it will fill in on its own. In fact, I'm just going to help it along. Back and forth just a little bit. Before my hands get too messy, this center part right here is so cool. I love how this spirals out too. It's amazing. Okay, let's get this tilted. Okay, let's take a look here. Pop some more air bubbles. I think I see another goober of something here, right here. I wonder which one of my paints is doing that. There's one right there too. See that little swirl right there? Maybe you can't see that, the camera might be too far away. I can see it for sure. Wow, look at that. Okay. I think this is my least favorite part, but this line right here is super cool. So I'm okay if we lose some of that. okay if we lose some of this in right here, and maybe even some of that too. I'll try and keep most of that. Okay, that way first. Yep. That is great. Love it. So pretty. A lot busier than I was hoping for. I'm gonna have to use even less paint next time if I want negative space. Thin paints can stretch a lot further. So there's a good lesson for me and for you. I see two more little goobers there I need to pull out. Jeez. Okay, so here's our overhead view. Sorry about the glare. I'll turn off the overhead lights here in a moment. But I thought I would start with this view. Look at that center. It is incredible. Let me zoom in here. Look at these lines. Holy cow. Look at that. Look at those lines. So beautiful. I love that. I don't even mind the negative space there in the middle. I think that's kind of cool. These lines here. So let's follow the spiral. So we'll start here and work our way out, going slowly. Great boulder cells with that gold. That turquoise is beautiful. Look at these lines here. Look at that violet light with the gold, and then the more red violet. So beautiful. Wow, I love that. And this section up here, I love the feathering in that too. Great opacity. Amazing little cells there. Interesting little lines. Look at this section over here. I'm going to zoom back out so you can see it. Look at all that. That is beautiful. I love the way that's stretched out. Oh, another little goober there. So I figured out while I was moving my camera and doing all of that, I figured out that all of those little goobers that I was finding, or lumps that I was finding, are unmixed paint from the Atelier quinacridone red violet, or whatever it's called. I can never remember names of paints, but yeah, it was just unmixed paint. So this is the first time I've used it, so I'll have to remember that for next time, that it needs to be mixed more than the other paints. So there we have that. Let me turn off the overhead light and see if we get see if I use my flashlight and we get a better view. Here we go. Let's see what we get when we zoom in. Oh yeah. Ooh, look at that. That center just does it for me. That looks so organic, like it grew that way. So cool. I think the white bits are my favorite parts of this. But look at that, almost fingerlings lacing there. Very cool. Down to this corner, back up. There's that section again, it's so pretty. Look at that. That'd be a pretty painting all by itself, just like that. Yep, gotta go back and get that goober. This is a very busy painting for me. There's a lot of details, and I knew there were going to be, which is why I was hoping for some negative space, but I still think it's beautiful. It's not my usual thing, but I really like it. I hope you do too, and thank you very much for sticking to the end. Yeah, enjoy, and come back and see me sometime.